Good morning, it's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself, and today I want to talk about the upcoming cold and flu season, and especially this year with COVID. So I thought I would take a chance to talk about the 10 tips that you can do to avoid catching and getting influenza, the flu, the colds, everything that's going to go around, because we know it's going to go around and we know it's a particularly bad year. So I'm going to give you my best tips to stay healthy, to hopefully so that you don't even have to go to the fighting it off. If you do actually catch it, go watch some of my videos that will explain remedies on how to naturally get rid of it. But for now, this is how to prevent it and protect yourself for the upcoming cold and flu season. Okay, let's go. Okay, so number one, check your vitamin D levels. If you're not gonna have a test, take vitamin D, and just know that in the winter, you're not getting your vitamin D levels. So I like the Thorne brand. There's Metagenics. There's a couple ones that I like, but I like the vitamin from Thorne, and I like it mixed with the K2. So I would get the D3/K2, and I would take that. And it's just really important to keep up your levels. So you can go, if you only want 1,000 milligrams, but you could go all the way up to 10,000 milligrams in the winter. I know that seems like an extreme high number. So I would probably stick in and around 3, 4, or 5,000 milligrams. I think that's a really safe number. If you're really fighting something off, I would up it to 10. But just for preventative, I would go somewhere in between 3 and 5,000 IUs. Okay, so number 2, don't overeat. So we have a tendency in the winter to eat comfort foods, to eat heavier foods, to eat more often. We're inside, we're not eating the same way that we were in the summer. So in the winter, you do want to make sure that you're always having an organic, fresh, whole foods diet. So often we're doing more soups and stews and one-pot meals, and they're heavier, which is fine. As long as they're vegetables, they're organic, and you're getting all your antioxidants. So we want lots of colors, we want lots of greens, we want to get as much vitamins out of those vegetables as we can. We want to be still having fresh food, so don't forget your salads, your fresh vegetables, your juices, your smoothies. Let's keep getting that fresh, also the fresh vegetables. And you want to make sure that you're having your fish, your grass-fed meats, right? Your deep sea fish, your grass-fed meats. Sorry, excuse me. To get all your nutrients, you want healthy fats, right? Healthy oils. We want some cold pressed olive oil on top. We want lard for cooking with, our tallow for cooking with. We definitely want cold pressed whole oils. Don't do any vegetable oils, right? We want to have that. We want to make sure that we're getting enough grass-fed meat and enough grass-fed fish. The yolks of the eggs in the winter are super great with lots of vitamin D. So that's what you want to be having. And don't forget about your fresh foods, your salads, your fruit, your greens, all of those things. You can juice them and just really get that nutrient density high. So we're looking for high nutrient dense foods so that we can keep all our vitamins and minerals up. We're not relying on, all kinds of synthetic vitamins and minerals. So you can take vitamins. This is what I'm recommending to go big on food. So that's number 2. Number 3 is sleep. Do not forget your sleep. It's super important in the winter that you're going to bed, or as we know, our days get shorter and we are meant to sleep more in the wintertime. So you want to be getting up with sunrise and going to bed with sunset. I know that seems crazy because it's set so early in the winter. So move your bedtime up a few hours. You really want to get more sleep in the winter. Your body craves it, your body needs it, and it will help replenish you and fight off that cold and flu, especially from November to the end of January. Those are the months, those 3 months in there, November, December, and January, that you really, 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 sometimes even February, that you really have to be careful about. Sunlight, you want to be getting outside in the sunshine on your skin. Heat up your skin. You're missing the vitamin D and you're also missing the sun, right? It heats you up, it detoxes you, it's so important. So anytime that there's sun outside, get yourself outside and soak up the sun. Sit in the window, let the sunlight hit your face, find a little spot in a nook that's not windy outside and just almost sunbathe your face. So we want to be doing the sunshine. Drinking tons of water. Don't forget to drink in the winter. In the summer, we're outside, we're exercising regularly, it's hot. It's humid, we find ourselves drinking more water. So it's really important to keep your water intake up as much as possible. Drink lots of water. You can add a pinch of sea salt to it if you want your trace minerals, or add in the trace minerals themselves, but lots of water, super important. Exercise, daily exercise. In the winter, a lot of us tend to hibernate more. We tend to sit in the couch. We tend to be inactive a lot more than we are in the summer, when we're just naturally out and about and the days are longer. So we really want to get out, breathe that winter fresh air, get our bodies moving, get our lymph systems moving, turn over everything that's vital to fighting off colds and flus in the wintertime, especially. Get out there, breathing it in, moving our bodies. So every day you should get outside, every single day. Don't put it off because it's cold or it's winter, or it's yucky or whatever. We need to be getting out there. Okay, so I don't know where I am, but teas, herbal teas. We really want to be drinking a lot of herbal teas. So again, that's like drinking water. It's like flushing your system, but then there's a lot of herbs in there that kill viruses. So any kind of herbs that you can think of to put in your teas are usually helpful. Like chai tea can have some cloves and different things that will fight viruses. You can have some detox teas to get out your system. We can have some elderberry tea to strengthen your immune system. Lots of great herbal teas. You can have mushroom tea to just enhance your brain power. You can have dandelion tea to help detox, right? Milk thistle to help detox. You can have lots of different herbs. Rosemary tea, again, to help your brain. There's so many beautiful teas out there. So mix and match them, drink them all day long. The actual heat of them also helps inside your body to kill things off and to keep things moving. So hot, warm liquids, you can squeeze a lemon to it. Drink lots of herbal teas in the winter. The next thing would be, I said exercise, vitamins. So we already talked about vitamin D. If you feel something coming on, we want to just check our vitamin levels. We want to make sure we have our vitamin D up, that we are having enough vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, vitamin A. Those are the top ones that I can think of. So vitamin A, you're going to find that in foods like liver. Don't forget to have your organ meats in the winter, and oysters, whether they're smoked or fresh, shucked. Those are going to be really great for your zinc levels. Some red meat in there that will help boost your zinc levels, right? You can take a zinc supplement, but these are the foods that it has found in. Vitamin C, you can have some citrus. Everyone knows it's in oranges, but broccoli, bell peppers, there's a lot of great places, and berries to find vitamin C. You can supplement. I would supplement in the winter. You can't take too much vitamin C, just take it to bowel tolerance. Just pop the vitamin C when you need them. You can do chewables, you can swallow the tablets, eat lots of vitamin C foods. Magnesium are often found in leafy greens, lots of dark leafy greens. So magnesium's found in some of the seeds that you would eat, pumpkin seeds, various foods like that. So you can take supplements just to make sure your levels are high enough, or you can just rely on that really whole foods, natural diet, and make sure you're getting enough of these foods that are going to supply you with what you need to get over the cold and flu season, right? So vitamin C, zinc, vitamin A, some magnesium. We already have our vitamin D, and we're supplementing, and we're getting it from the sun as much as we can. We want to wash our hands often. So we know this with COVID now. In the past, we would say, wash warm water, wash with soapy water, keep them washed. Don't touch a lot of things that other people are touching. And now with COVID, we all have gotten a lesson in continual hand washing. We don't want to over sanitize, because there are things in the sanitizers that are not helpful, but natural hand sanitizers, soaps, water, right? Not touching, not going into a lot of crowded places during the height of cold and flu season. Like if you're going into a shopping mall like Costco, or going into a big arena, and you want to now we're wearing masks, so that's going to be helpful, but keep your hands washed coming in and out of those places. And in a normal year, just remember, do those same practices, right? These are practices so that we're not picking up viruses from other people and then inadvertently putting our hands in our mouth and getting sick. So really keep your hands washed. It's very, very important, and avoid all those large crowded places. Wear your mask, wash your hands when you're done, and try not to overload yourself with picking up viruses, and keep your hands out of your mouth. So I think I've just about covered it there, right? We're drinking water, lots of sunlight, teas, vitamin D, all our other vitamins, vitamin C, zinc, washing our hands. Yeah. So, I didn't say don't overeat. Don't overeat is really important because in the winter time, we tend to bulk up our weight. We overeat, we eat comfort foods. We're often eating more, and we need to remember, keep your meals down, keep your fasting down, keep your body weight down. This will help you not catch colds and flus, believe it or not. We don't want to bulk up with those extra 5 or 10 pounds that a lot of people gain over the winter by eating comfort foods or eating too much food. Remember, fasting is important. You don't need 3 meals a day. Just eat whole, nourishing foods and try not to, try to not eat as much as you need. Generally in the winter, we're made and we've evolved to not eat an excessive amount. Usually this is the part in the winter when we're actually in ketosis, when we're actually hibernating, when we're actually getting rid of all that summer food that we've been eating. We're getting our cells cleaned over and turned over. So when we actually are doing the opposite now and we're overeating in those months instead of going into ketosis and under eating. So you could actually go into ketosis for the winter months, or you could just eat the same, right? Fresh whole foods from the earth, skip a meal here or there. Don't overindulge, don't overeat, don't gain those extra few pounds. In fact, maybe lose 1 or 2. That will help you, believe it or not, with catching colds and flus. So I think that's it. It's just the basic thing. Remember to get your sleep. Remember to drink lots of water, teas, wash your hands. I mean, these are all good old-fashioned remedies, but it's important to stress, especially with this season coming up, with COVID and the extra added pressure of all the viruses going around and people paranoid that you're going to catch COVID. You want to take the extra precautions, and you don't want to get sick in the winter. It brings your immune system down, and then you're more susceptible to catching COVID or something else. So we're just really trying to avoid these colds and flus by keeping our immune system strong and vital all winter long. So I hope it's been helpful, and see you in the next video.